Ba-da-da-da-da-da. Hello. How's everybody doing? So, well, I say everybody. Um, this is going to be my first time recording a video and not streaming. So we're just recording. I'm gonna put this up on YouTube. So we're gonna see how this goes. I don't know. Cut me some slack. This is my first time. I feel a little bit weird. These are the settings. Apparently, we're gonna turn that off. Trigger on long victory. I like to try to complete the long victory campaigns. Unfortunately, a lot of the times I don't. I don't know why. Well, actually, no, I know why. I get distracted doing other shit. I make my own vendettas, um, and make beef with random AI characters because they do things to me that upsets me, like having a singular lord walk up and siege my city and then run away when I try to attack them, which stops me from recruiting and makes me lose a turn of upgrades to my building, especially if I'm building my main building. And all my recruitment, I have to cancel it and reset it to go again, so I lose all my progress on my recruitment. So when they do those things to me, it makes me rather upset. I don't think we're gonna turn anything else on. I'm just leaving the battle difficulties down. It makes it more fun for me. Makes it easier to auto-resolve stuff. Because there are some armies that, like I love this game, and I want to get better at it, to where I don't have to auto-resolve battles just because I want to. Or just because I don't want to fight the fight. Because, like, certain army types are very, very difficult to deal with because they can run army compositions that, like, I just can't. Like, I just can't do the micro. Like dwarves. Dwarves are a really good example because they can have, like, a billion different types of, um, like, infantry, ranged, artillery, and, like, have, like, one of each for each individual type of enemy that you might run into, you know. And, like, I can technically do that as well, but I will end up using it rather inefficiently. And sometimes I will end up getting my unit killed because I'll set the wrong person to attack the wrong thing. Like, I'll set, like, an anti-infantry artillery unit to attack, like, a large unit, and set my anti-large artillery unit to attack, like I said, a like storm vermin or something. You know. So we're doing Nakai of the Wanderer. This is the first time I've ever done Nakai. So I was just doing a thing of Gorok, not on sure. Oh, buddy, your pixels. Where did they go? Somebody stole Nakai's pixels. Give them back. I might have to set the graphics up higher. I have the graphics set down because for some reason this is one of the few games that my laptop actually has difficulty running, which is hilarious, but it also makes sense. It's a very good game. It's very high definition and it has a lot of assets going at a lot of times, You have a set of 20 units with like 120 little guys, on both teams, or 120 little guys per unit, I should clarify. Alright, what do we got? Special Horde to unlock units that can be recruited by any of his hordes via the Jungle Nexus. Spawn pools on his control, any military progress that his horde knowledge. Oh, okay. Same shit. Okay. Conquer settlements across the world to dedicate to old ones. Right, yeah, that's the thing. You can, like, pick an individual color to devote to and get different buffs. Use favor can be unlocked. Tends to old ones research. Ooh, does that mean I can, like, insta-do research? That would be cool. Progress through campaign. Devastatingly powerful hero. Lord Croak. Oh, I can get Lord Croak eventually? Ooh, I like that. Blessed spawning. Yeah, I noticed they changed the way the blessed spawnings work, where you get sequins rather than individual units, which is nice. I like being able to save up and, pick better units rather than getting some shitty stalker unit that I don't know how to micro. Who do we get? Priest? Heaven's Priest. Oh, I like that. You will eventually have, I think, was it Comet of Cassadora? Get in there. Oh, that reminds me. I hate doing this, but I do it every time. Going to set everybody. I should also set the camera distance. So, by the way, if you want the game to be faster, up here, camera settings, and these are for your faction, you can do specific people, and then, yeah, everybody else. Allied, enemy, neutral. So I like to set the lords to high, and the heroes to off. Because generally I'm not concerned with what heroes are doing. Like, they're gonna do what they're gonna do, and I don't really care. So just do it and don't tell me about it. Lords, I do care about what they're doing, because they can actually take my shit. Alright, Nakai, what do we got? We got some Clubber Boys. We got 2 sets of Kroxigors, which is pretty nice. They're tier 3 units, armored, armor piercing, predatory senses, primal instincts. Pretty good stats for this early in the game. Gonna fuck stuff up. And then Sacred Kroxigor, armor piercing. That's what these guys are. These guys are anti-infantry. These guys are just... Is it more armor piercing? 3070. 3684. I guess, yeah, just kind of more armor piercing. I don't know. Almost just... Oh, they have magical damage. Or, yeah, they have magical damage. That's what it is. And higher melee attack. Okay, so they're probably big boy killers or just really, really armored boys. Whoever doesn't like dying. And then we have a Stegodon. That's gonna chump. Yeah, 297 missile strength with poison, anti-large AP. How much of that is AP? 263 with 50 bonus versus, yeah, that gonna hurt. And oh god, the weapon strength, and most of that is armor piercing. God, what is this starting army? All right, we have that. All right. Is there anything in the skink tree that we really care about? Missile specialist, maybe, but nah. Oh, Sacred Kroxigor. Sarisi boys. I should probably check what the buildings do. Scar veterans as well. Skink chiefs. I know that's like a single upgrade for a tier 4 unit, but I'm just not... I don't use cavalry all that much. Big cavalry guy. I much prefer like the beast units or the flying units. I'm real big on monsters and monstrous units. That's why I like playing the Chaos Gods a lot. So I really want to go for these. Because, yeah, I want to get to Ancient Salamanders, Troglodons, Saurians. I'll get to all that stuff as soon as I can. These are also very nice. I would very want to get to Solar Engines quickly. They're very nice artillery units. Also, Ark of Sotek. Ark of Sotek is very cool. Wait, actually, can I... Oh, damn, I can just, like, be that. I do want to get these. Now, I'll let you know I'm somewhat OCD about it. Actually, you know, let's take a look at these. Which of these do we care about? Upkeep, casualty, replenish. Well, yeah, we want that. Army capacity. I can have more than 20? Yeah, we want that. Capacity for all heroes. Ooh. Upkeep, board growth. It's very nice. Board growth, recruitment costs. Spawning soon. We want all of these, so we're going to be limited to probably 4. Now, the real question is if I will be able to recruit Grand Natatorium. No, I think I'm gonna need... Okay, well, who matters the most to us and who can we get? Um, okay, this one gives us priests and oracles. Oracles, I believe, start on Troglodons, and they have various... I think they have several different tier 1 spells from various lores. So, rather powerful. I think they start at like level 13 or whatever. And then priests, I think, eventually get Ripperdactyls or Stegodons. I can't remember which. They might get both. I can't remember. But the lore's very powerful. Heavens has Comet of Cassadora, or Cassandora? Cassadora, I don't care. Which, very good. Urcanon's Thunderbolt is another bombardment spell, also very good. And lower cost, only 6. It's very good for spamming. This is for like when you have a really big boy who needs to get really, really dead really quick. This you can use on just random infantry units to, help clear them out, or if your unit's struggling against them. Nice little melee attack and armor hex. A vortex, very, very nice. This is why I was so excited to see that I got a Heaven's Priest. Which also, again, this is nice against... oh, this is the other blue spell. So this is the other very dead, very fast spell. Which this one, large, randomly moving, strong versus multiple units, good against armor. Yeah, it's not good against a single target. Good versus multiple units, good against armor, large strike area, huge explosion. Yeah, you see, like, both of those are rather big areas. This one, major magical damage, small strike area, good against armor, good against artillery pieces, strong versus multiple combatants. So, actually, all of them aren't super good on an individual. And then this one, Wind Blast, this is one of the tier 1 spells. And then Augment, this is for like one individual guy. This just makes him very strong for about 27 seconds. And then every time they cast a spell, was that flying units? Yeah. All flying units get reduced speed and melee defense. So it stops them from running away. So it reduces the speed of them coming in, and then it helps whatever they land on kill them, which is pretty nice. So it's nice to have one of these just hang out by your artillery and basically be an artillery piece. And then Beast isn't bad. Augment, direct damage, magic missile, augment, hex, and then this one summons a manticore, which is pretty neat. And then they do power recharge, so it might be worth having both of these because they have some pretty useful stuff. They have some nice damage spells. This one is nice to spam. It's very similar to Spirit Leech. I don't think it's quite as strong, but no, because this is basically Spirit Leech, except the opposite. It's more for infantry units than for heroes. If that makes sense. Pretty cool, though. Hey, go away. You see, they get... That's from Lore of Heavens, Beasts, Fire, Fireball! I cast Fireball! Wind Blast, which is from Heavens, from Beasts, and this one's from Lore Life, which is really nice. A healing spell is really, really nice to have. And then they get Troglodons eventually, which are these guys. Which, if you see 600 missile strength with poison and bonus versus large, and I think most of its armor piercing, yeah, 240 of its armor piercing, 105 of its explosive. So I believe they're mostly for big boys, but they can do some work against infantry units as well with the AoE. And then they're not too slouchy in melee either. They're basically like a slightly worse Carnosaur, but with a really good ranged ability. And then Dreadsaurians are just really friggin' cool. I like them. I'm curious if I have a way to... I'm curious what I need to do to get more Dreadsaurians, because I don't think I have to worry about buildings. Because the other thing was, like, you had to get buildings to, I think it was like tier 3 or tier 4 to get more Dreadsaurians as, like, Gorok. which is the Lizardmen faction I was playing before. And that kind of sucked because you had to spend a lot of resources because I wanted to make like a Doom stack of just a bunch of Dreadsaurians because that would be funny. But it was a real pain to do that because I had to like take over like a ton of like main settlement buildings, which meant I had to go on a massive war crusade and take everything over to make my Doom stack. So I'm curious how Nakai will do it, if it'll be the same. Because if it'll just be like the amount of settlements captured, that'll be a lot quicker. Sorry, I'm thinking. I think we might leave the Saurian building for now. We might replace it later. I think we're gonna go with the three purple buildings, because those are the units I really want to use. I do want to get these, but I will get these later. I need recruitment. I have a really good army to start, but it's somewhat small. If I try to go up against like multiple stacks of shitter units, I will just get killed. Which means I want to avoid fighting the Skaven. Um, I don't want to waste points on. So I could go for these rather for early game. Mm. I think I'm gonna make this, and then I'm gonna make this, and I will get rid of this later to get this. Actually, no, because I'm gonna want that too. I don't know. We'll figure it out. I'm gonna go for. Actually, hold on. I should not build yet. I need to move. Come on, brain. Think. Do a good thinking. All right. His tree is different than the one I just learned. Okay. I see a beast tree. Removes wounds from high rank Dreadsaurians. That's pretty crazy. Recruit rank 4, Salamander, Stegodon, Bastillodon, Codal. That's pretty good. Missile resistance. Ooh, very nice. Upkeep. That's really big. And immune to psychology for all mounted characters. That's very nice. Snipe. That's beautiful. I want that. No attack. That's also very nice. That's very, very, very nice. These are all very nice. Cavalry. Actually, you know what? Seeing as it's putting Ripperdactyls and the cavalry stuff in the same thing, maybe I'll not do Ripperdactyls and I'll focus on the beasts. And then the other thing I'll focus on is probably, yeah, Guardians. That stuff. So what thing do we need for Guardians? Is it this? This gets me them. What did I need for Croxies? Skinks. How do I get regular Croxigors? Croxigors over here. Hey, where are Croxigors? Oh, hold on. Hold on. No, I can check the unit browser, I think. What this should be in monsters. Yeah, you. How do I get you? Okay, no, it doesn't tell me in here. Thuggin' with. There's a way to get it to tell you what building you need to get it. Well, you know what? Screw it. We'll figure that in a minute. Let's go pop a quick save real quick, just in case. You go kill this guy. Is this a siege battle? Now, hear me out, guys. We're gonna starve them to death, or they can come out and fight us on the field. So... And now we'll do the ones that we're sure about. Okay, and then there's also... Ooh, okay, so... Ooh, capacity, recruitment cost. Ooh, those are very nice as well. Army capacity. And then, yeah, we're gonna need... Okay, well, very good stuff here. What do we go with first? Okay, that's like for later, honestly. Ancient Salamander, Stegodon, Bastillodon, Total. I should probably get that. Melee attack. Honestly, I should get this. I'm gonna get that, and then I'm gonna start working on up here. I'm not gonna worry about any other stuff for right now. And this is all the skinks and that stuff. We might just not get too... We might just not get too heavy on the Croxigores. We might just focus on the beasts. Warrior God. Itzel. Quetzal. Itzel. Zolonka. Interesting. Blessed Temple Guards, Blessed Croxigores, Blessed Saurus Warriors. Carnos, Stegos, Horned Ones, Spion, Skink Chiefs, Bastillodon Solar Engine, Slan of Distinction, Pterodon Riders Fire Leech Bolas, Skink Skirmishers, Priests of Distinction. Okay, so I think we're going to try to spread through a little bit. For this tree... Excuse you, I don't really care about these two. I don't know if I care too much about the Chiefs. I do like the Carnos and the Stegos, so I think that's all we'll really put into that, hopefully. Depending. And then income and movement range is very nice. Horde growth, tribute from vassals. Attrition when under siege. Leadership when under siege. Okay, that's nice. Okay. We'll figure that stuff out. And there's our favor. I'm curious if they'll just come right out and attack us, or if they'll let us, you know, run them down a little bit. Oh yeah, we're gonna have to deal with T'Challa, with Snake Mommy. She kind of scared. I forgot she's here. She's the newest character, so she's kind of OP. Which is fine. You know, they're a brand new character. If you buy a brand new character, they ought to be, you know, strong at least. Like, the absolute worst thing is to, like, buy a DLC and get your, like, cool new thing, and it sucks. And you're like, I'm just gonna go back to what I was using before. Like, that is the saddest thing. When I buy a like new DLC for something, I want like the new thing I get to like be cool and fun. And people are like, "Oh, it needs to be balanced." Like, nah, fuck that. Like, obviously, it shouldn't just like kill everybody through fucking walls, but like, It should be good. You know, it should shake up the meta a little bit. That's kind of the whole point of the DLC. Also, they did not attack us, so we got to just take away some of their health. I don't know if they have, like, backup coming or what, but, I don't want to take too much damage off rip. I will auto-resolve them if they try to sit in there too long. Still a Pyrrhic. We don't lose anybody, but honestly, in order to take this safe and not lose too much of my stuff, I will play it a little bit safe. If they don't come out and attack me in the next couple turns, I'll probably auto-resolve it. Siege battles are cool, but not when you run mostly monsters, because, you know, siege battles are kind of meant for artillery and ranged units, really. When you run army, especially when you play like a lot of Khorne, where it's like almost purely infantry and monster units, like you don't really have any ranged units or even spellcasters to shake stuff up. Spellcasters, at the very least, when you have their high level attack spells, they're basically an artillery piece, so you can, you know, kind of function without them. But like, I tend to play mostly like melee based characters. I do really like having mages around because they kind of supplement you when you have a lack of ranged stuff. But I don't often like using ranged because I often misuse them and quickly get them into melee and then they just immediately die. And then I'm sad. I do think I want to go for that. Is there anything else that's better? Control and wound recovery time. Ambush defense chance. Double experience when fighting dark elves. Upkeep for flying units. If I was going to do flying stuff, that would be good. For Du Bois. Hit points, flaming attacks. I think we are going to go with this one. That will help, because that's force, Dassies, ancient salamanders. Unfortunately, it's not for the hunting packs, but once we get access to some of the bigger units, that will help not destroy our money. How are we looking? Still on Pyrrhic. The medium, though. We will keep on sieging them. I don't care. You ain't got nobody coming to save you. I will take my time. It does mean other people are also getting stronger, but I'm also gaining, you know, almost 1,500 gold a turn right now, so this means I can stockpile a little bit of money. Plus I'm Horde faction. Who cares? As long as Nakai lives and gets strong, I don't give a shit. Because I don't need to care about my territory. I can come back here when I have a fucking Doomstack. It'll take me 20 turns to walk my ass all the way back down here once T'Challa starts attacking it. Well, who cares? All my infrastructure's in Nakai, I think. I don't know how much of my infrastructure's in Nakai, I'll be honest. I could hire some skinky boys to help me in the auto-resolve, but I really want to wait and save because if you look, I could get, like, an Ancient Salamander immediately, or a Blessed Stegodon. Or a Blessed Ancient Stegodon, for that matter. I could get some more Kroxigors. Because I literally don't know where else to recruit them. I could get a Carno, or, there's somewhere I can get a Trog, I think. Or maybe not. Is there really no Troglodyte? Troglodon? Troglodyte guy. I can also get hunting packs for only 150. I might want to try to save to 300, but that depends. I probably won't save for that super quickly, but those will be nice. And also gets, like, some of the units that it's not like I'm not going to bother building for, you know? You know, you see my thinking here, right? I can get some blessed unit versions. And if I can find, because didn't one of the let me go back to the. I'm sorry, I should probably do something. It's probably boring, but hopefully you guys are enjoying the talk. And I think one of them was sequins. Yeah, with this one, I can get 25 spawning sequence per turn once I get it to there. So then I can fill my armies with blessed units. Although there is the units thing, replenish based on factors stated on each unit's card tooltip. Um, okay, anyway, we'll figure out that later. How are we looking? Close victory, still no losses. Fuck it, we'll take that. That's still a lot of damage, but hopefully we'll heal it up quickly. Right, who did we want to focus on? Oh, I can't look at it. Ruler of the Lizardmen. Worship for guidance and protection. I forget which one. Damn it, we spent forever looking at this, and I can't remember. This one I think I could get Carno and Stego. There was flyers in this one, and we'll do blue. Take it. This one was horde growth. Actually, you know what? That's going to be really important early on, so that's probably good. That one was movement, range, and loot. We're definitely going to want more of that. And then this one's rather situational. We will probably want to get a little bit of that. And we can get Croxies. This one is for Croxies. And Scar Veterans, right? Scar Veterans, Skinks, and then this one is magic. So yeah, I think we want to focus Zelanka, because this one's for good mages. And okay, it does look like it goes right, or it goes this way around. So first we get Skinks. Okay, so we don't immediately get X. Okay. Well, this one gives us Skirmishers, which, I mean, I don't mind Skirmishers, I'm just not good at their micro. I do very much like some Fire Leech Bolas. I can get Slann, and then Solar Engines, which Solar Engines are quite nice. And then Horde Growth for Army. Yeah, so I don't know if we're gonna... Well, there's still some good units. Might hold off. Well, actually, I don't know. We'll see. I don't know if I'll start with that. I think we're going to get it started in on this, because, yeah. Our priest will get a flyer first off, and then we'll eventually get a really good Stegodon. We might actually end up reverting them back to the flyer just so they can fly around and blast spells at people. You never know. It's one of the reasons I like playing Tzeentch is the Tzeentch spellcaster, the demonic one at least, gets a flying thing. So you can blast spells at people. It's great. You just gotta be careful of ranged units. Well, I guess the only thing to do is go murder that guy. Actually, we should build. Get us in camp. Do that. I think we're gonna focus on caster. And then we're gonna have maybe like sort of veterans as our lords, so that way there's still a good melee in the hero, or melee in the army. And plus the mage ones will be fine because they get like Stegodon, so they're still they'll be good melee once we level them up. I think we're gonna replace it. We could go for the Sacred Croxagores, and that would give us Chiefs. I think they get Ripperdactyls, but I'm not really concerned about any of the other units. So I could go for the Rippers instead, because that also gets us access to codes, which is very nice. Unfortunately, we don't get any heroes at it, but like I said, we might just focus on these guys. Plus, we can also get some out of doing these, I think. Unless we still need the building. That might just... Is that just like, how does that work? No, it unlocks their recruitment. No, yeah, see, that unlocks the recruitment for them, so who even cares? We don't care. Yeah, we're gonna replace that with something for the units that we'll actually use, like these guys. Because I do like these guys, but I don't know if I really care all that much about the Temple Guard. Because again, I'm not all that big on regular infantry. I like monstrous infantry, monster units. I like the biggie boys. Like big boys. I do also like flyers. Because, you know, they don't just immediately get killed when infantry runs up. When I mismanage them, well, when I mismanage them, they still die to range units, but they don't die to, like, I forgot about them and now there's 3 units of infantry beating them to death. Mostly it's just like they got shot up. But they actually managed to do something while getting shot. They just were, like, sitting there trading shots. You know, so at least they do something. And the Kodals, I think, have, yeah, they have Urcannon's Thunderbolt and Lesser Chain Lightning as bound spells. So, they're pretty cool. So I think we're going to replace it with that. And then we're going to get access to Feral Bassies and Archosotek Bassies, which will both be nice. Unfortunately, we're not getting much casualty replenishment right now. Maybe I should have built the green buildings first. We need it. Well, we don't necessarily need it. Fuck it. Like I said, we need to turn the Kai into a Doomstack. Even if it takes like 40 turns, it'll be fine. Because that's the nice thing is we don't require a home city, and we don't incur diplomatic penalties from trespassing. So we can actually just go, like, run away. Beautiful. And so now, I think the first thing we ought to go for is you. That will be very nice. Now that that's clear, I think we'll put that in. Yeah, because we need to get to level 3 to do that, so these are the only 2 things we can have at the moment. Until we get 4 horde growth. Thankfully, we're getting quite a bit, or at least enough to fill up our first bar relatively quickly. Oh, wait, yeah, no. Hold off on doing that. He's also recruiting, but we should move close so that we can attack when we're ready. That might have been a bad play, but it'll be okay. Here. Yeah, we can't quite reach him this turn, so... And they have a thing of 6, so we should probably heal up and recruit some before we attack. Because we'll be able to recruit more than what they can realistically defend from. Ooh, here's the question. Do we want to attack next turn with 3 Feral Bassies? Or do we want to wait 2 turns before we attack, giving them the chance to bulken up their army a bit? But then we'll have spent the time to recruit better units. Because I'm pretty sure... let me pin these guys and then look at these. Literally just a bit of better leadership, and they have a special ability, which let me pin. So, Arc of Sotek. Arc of Sotek. It's a vortex ability. And it fucks. And they get how many uses of it. Do they get infinite I think they get infinite uses of it. It lasts around 26 seconds. It has a 90-second cooldown. And it's full armor piercing. So they're very good. I think, you know what? We should kill them before they do that, and then we can take our time recruiting. So I think we're gonna start with, we will do 3 Bassies. And we'll be ready to attack next turn. And we should just be able to auto-resolve those guys off the map, because we have several very good units, and now we have some other units supporting them. So, should just, take care of it. Plus, worst case, hopefully they'll die instead of our better units in bad auto-resolves. And plus, we can always get rid of them later for better stuff once we unlock them. But, they'll be good for now. Ooh, very nice. Run rebirth. Non-replenishing army of less units. Nice. And 3 Blessed Beasts head to spawn pools. Very nice. Salon Mage. Recruit rank for Kroxigor Ancients. Kroxigor and Sacred Kroxigor units. How do I recruit Kroxigors other than through some of the other niche mechanics? I don't see a building for it. Or am I just stupid? Like, am I just missing them? Because this just says Sacred Croxies. How do I get regular Croxies? Oh, here. I'm stupid. I see. Well, actually, that's fine then, because I don't have to worry about a building for it. Cool. I just won't get Sacred Croxies. I'm fine with that. I'm gonna have plenty of cool beast units to use anyway. Because these guys are anti-infantry, so in my eyes, they're honestly more useful. Because, like, the magical is useful, but, I mean, I have a feeling somewhere in the guy's tree is gonna, like, upgrade both Croxies or something. Yeah, Frenzy for both speed. It gives the whole fucking army. Yeah, I don't know, we'll see. We'll see how much we use them. Immune to Monstration, casualty replenishment, 5%, and friendly, neutral. Oh, very nice. Actually, yes, we very much care about magic. Also, I didn't spend my point. Yeah, very nice. How much did they manage to recruit? Right as well. Very nice. We'll focus. We'll focus for the moment, and we'll diversify shortly. Or at the very least... Oh, that didn't even get us to, That didn't even get us there. Interesting. Why did we get 3 for the first one? Is that because it was a main? It's gotta be because it was a main. Man, that was good XP. That is a nice spell, right? Yeah. So the upgraded is plus armor, melee defense, melee attack. That will be very nice to throw on Nakai when I charge him in. Like if he's fighting somebody that he's at a disadvantage with. like T'Challa. And I'm also at war. Why am I at war with fucking everybody? Okay, well, just them. These are lords. Alright. We continue moving away from T'Challa. Don't have enough horde growth. Are we... We're recovering a tiny bit. Or at the very least not attritioning. I want to get some magic before I put them into encamp stance. Because that shit's gonna be useful. Especially if they try to hide away in there, because I don't want to wait 10 fucking turns to kill them. Hopefully if we move... Well, I'm gonna try... I'm gonna move up and see if they come out after me. If they come out after me, then I can potentially, like, run back to my, my settlement and use it to defend me. And hopefully use it to kill them, or possibly go for an ambush or something. But, Oh, Mystical Slan Mage Priests have devised a new ritual to increase the effectiveness of the blades wielded by your Swords warriors on the battlefield. For such advantage, blades give them price. Rituals siphon much needed power from the geomantic web. Excuse me. Potentially putting the Great Plan under threat. Will you use it or not? We're going to not, because I need my magic. My priest spells are going to be of great importance. We are able to build. Not what we want, though. I guess I could just make it all messed up, but I really want... You know what? Let's be reasonable. Alright. I don't want to do this. What's most important? Or should I save and wait? Doing that will get me... I'll get the bit. One moment. Alright, guys. I am going to take a short break. This is a fact. You know what? I guess I'm going to end this part of the recording here. Uh, I'm going to record more later. I don't know if I will put them together and make a single video out of this, or if I'm going to make multiple videos out of this. I've yet to decide. But, I'm going to pause here for the moment, and I'm going to go get some food. Anyway, I'm going to end this part of the recording here. I will see you all either when I return and I'll edit this stuff together, or I'll see you in the next video. Bye, guys.